market updates. That's a must. The reason I am playing the market update, before and after you can play too, every time, every real estate agent, mostly the real estate board update the markets on the first, 5th or 6th of the month based on the Saturday, Sunday holidays. But good to watch. There's an important one to see what's happening in the market surrounding us. What's happening surrounding us is important. Thanks, Kana. Please play the video. It's only 1 or 2 minutes video, but still it's important to watch. All right.
I'm Jason Mercer, TREB's Chief Market Analyst, and this is the Market Watch Minute. The demand for home ownership remained well above average in July, despite home sales being below the record set a year earlier. The average price for all home types combined reached over $1,062,000, up almost 13% compared to July 2020. And detached homes led the way in terms of price growth, especially with sales in the suburban areas. Now, the annual rate of price growth has moderated since the early spring, but has remained in the double digits. This means that many home buyers are still competing as existing housing supply isn't enough to meet demand. And these high home prices will continue as we see the population rise in 2022. The condo market has seen a marked turnaround this year, with sales up compared to last year. First-time buyers, many were slower to benefit from the initial recovery phase, remain active in the marketplace. To stay up to date on the market, subscribe and hit the bell button for new video notifications. That's your Market Watch Minute.
Brought to you by GTA Realtors.
All right, we're starting with the good news. The market is good. Market is good. It's surrounding us. Real estate market is doing. We see the average. Please watch it again. And the reason you need this one to motivate the buyers and motivate the sellers. And we will wait for the Richard Robbins every 3 months updates. That's going to give us more micro markets. Okay, market doing good. And how we are doing? That's other questions. All right, as usual, I'll give the time for 10 minutes grace time to come, everybody to join our meeting. Then again, the $1 million questions, always I ask, we come to this industry not as a volunteers. I came 1995, you guys come right now, or 5 years ago, to make millions for this industry. Then we had to make our goal. How to make our goal? Success. How to make whatever we want to think, whatever is in my mind, making millions of real estate industry. How you going to put it in practice? How are you going to do it? That's every single day we have to ask ourselves. If we are not making yourself enough money, you have to ask yourself what I am missing. What kind of marketing I had to change around? What kind of habits I had to change around? What kind of books I had to read? Am I doing the daily planner? Am I doing the daily planning for my the regular day-to-day life? Daily planning means what you're supposed to do in the morning when you wake up, and what do you have to do it in the as a full-time agent. What do you have to do it in the noon time? Prospecting, guys. How are you going to meet more clients? If you're getting more people and you're doing the prospecting side, if you are prospecting 10 people, if you find 10 leads, you'll get 1 deal. That's a way to go in different areas, different levels. All right, okay. We have to know what is happening there. What is happening even after the pandemic? We all know the market change, real estate market change. Not only real estate market change, everything is changed. We are only talking about real estate market. I went to the furniture store actually. This is a real one. Maybe the agent might be here in our group today, but he's working Lyons. Then our office agent working Lyons. Then I don't want to go anywhere else. Then I went to Lyons, and last year I sent a picture to him around 4,000 plus. I didn't buy it. I told him if any sales come, let me know. I went to last week. The price doubled. Not only the real estate prices going up, everything is going up. Whatever surrounding us happening, what we have to do? Our income, we have to push our income double. Otherwise, we cannot survive this. We cannot keep the same lifestyle because everything is going up. Okay. How are you going to make millions in real estate industry? That's a question. I don't want to distract my question. Okay, everyone, you should know what kind of clients base you're going to follow, what kind of deals you are doing it. Are you following only friends and family members deals, or you are going out? The population is really big. Are you going out and looking for the deals? That's an important part. Are you going out and looking for the deals? And if you want to sell the bigger house, you have to go to the clients base. You got to go to clients base, which higher clients base, richer peoples. You have to go and knock the door and ask. For example, since pandemic, we all know. Before the pandemic, the house with the pool hard to sell. After the pandemic, everybody looking for the pool because the kids doesn't want to go anywhere else and they want to play their own. And the waiting time to make the pool for 8 to 10 months. That's what I heard. One of the real estate agent advertised. I didn't check myself. We were selling the house with the pool, and he advertised building your own pool 8 to 10 months. Buy the house with the pool. His advertisement, I saw it in the Facebook advertisement. The trend is changing, guys. People are moving out to the 905 area now. Selling the houses and going. Then go out and look at the properties in the different areas, find it out, the facilities, the property, and find the peoples who have money and send it to them, directly send it to them, direct marketing, not the bulk marketing, direct marketing. For example, if everybody's dream right now is waterfront properties and cottages, because they can go to outside countries, they have enough money. Money is floating everybody's can. Believe me or not, everybody have money. That's the reason price is going up. Even I met some people, they said we got the loan from the government, and few recent we have over 100,000, 200,000 in our hand, but we don't know what to do. That's kind of situation the regular publics are right now. Then what you have to do? You have to market. For example, if you find a bigger property with a nice lot and the waterfront or not waterfront, doesn't matter. And what do you have to do? You have to go there and knock the door for the people who have money. Can be a grocery store owners. They have more money. Party owners, maybe they may have a problem these days. And the dentists, other professionals, lawyers, even people have money. This is my term, guys. Please listen. I go slowly. People's making money, and who have money, the professionals who have money, they don't have a time to count their money. They don't have a time to invest their money. They don't have time to look whatever they want it, because their lifestyle is busy lifestyle. You can take it as a regular grocery guy owner, or else is a professional dentist, doctors, family professional, or lawyers. They have money. They don't know what to do. Then what is your job? You are a person. Make it yourself. Make a nice folder. Make a nice folder. Folders are costing you $1 to $1.50. Customize folders and print the listing and different areas. Put the nice listing, whatever comes there, and deliver to them. You can make it 5 days. Every day I want to deliver to the five different places. One day 5 dentists, one day 5 doctors, one day 5 lawyers, one day 5 people who want the business owners, which business is running good. Go there and ask them and deliver to them. That can be either vacant lands, cottage properties, different areas. Do your marketing, guys. If you do your marketing, definitely you're going to make sales, no matter what. You have to believe. If you want to be a millionaire in the real estate industry, you have to believe whatever you're doing it. For example, you have to believe this real estate industry like a religion, like a God. Whatever the religion says, to do the fasting 10 days, you have to do the fasting 10 days. Then only the results comes out. Okay, same thing. You have to put. You are a self-employed person. You have to stick yourself. I'm going to make millions. What I have to do to make millions doesn't matter which field you go. All right. If you have specifically anything you want to ask, come out and ask about this topic before I go to the today's topic. You can come out and ask what is the obstacles you have. What is blocking you to make millions? Why you are not successful. I'm not saying you're not successful. Why I'm not achieving my goal. If you are achieving your goal, peacefully relax. Goals mean If you make only, you goal set only $75,000 extra money other than your workplace. You are a part-timer. I am working and I want to do 4 deals, make another $80,000. I am happy that you are happy. You don't need to worry about it. This industry, whatever you need, this is a win and win industry. Win and win industry. Whatever you need, you make. If whatever you need, you are not making. Even right now, today the crowd is less today because we have the good weather. Only less than 50 people now. Only 45 people. You can come out. We have enough time and ask what is blocking you. What is blocking you to make money? Anybody have any question right now to come out and talk to me? If not, that's good. If not, that's good. You are doing with your satisfaction. And before we start my regular topic, okay, look at other real estate salespeople. Our company is enough. We have lots of 630 agents, and people are making millions. Then you can follow us, our company agents, or else you can even follow different company agents if you like to. And what they are doing it, but you are not doing it. Human race. Human race is not designed by anybody. You, whatever you think, whatever you do, the results going to be there. There is no luck. There is no horoscope or nothing. Your hard work and your thoughts, what you think, what's blocking you is the important one. Okay, follow other agents and see why you are not making money and what is the come out and talk. Then find 10 agents and follow them, or else sit down and talk to the table. Everybody share the information with your close friends, close real estate friends, and you will come out with the answer. Again, prospecting. Don't run after just only one client. See more clients, try to find more clients and prospect more clients, and the results is there. Definitely, you're going to be a millionaire. Think every day, I'm going to be a millionaire. No matter what, I'm going to be a millionaire. I need million. Million is not enough these days, okay? Think that way. All right. If you have a question, come out and ask. Otherwise, I'm going to start my regular seminar. Okay. Today I sent out about the forms. Forms 100 to 500. There are different forms we fill out when we make when you make an offer. Why? Why we had to have the different forms? What is the difference? And what are the clauses we need? Before we go that one, we had to see some basics. In Canada, real estate ownership. How is the real estate ownership comes, and what are the difference? What is zoning? What is limiting us to do our enjoyment? What is limiting us? What we can do some areas. For example, your house. You have a house to live only. You don't have a house. You can't extend your house to build again. Then you have to go to the permission. Okay, we'll go first for the ownership. When it's come to Canada, the property ownership is two kinds. One ownership is a freehold ownership. Other one is a condominium. In English term, the British term, freehold and leasehold. That's the British term. North American English, freehold and condominium. These are the major kind of ownership we have. What does that means is, for example, freehold. First we go to freehold, okay? When you go to freehold, the freehold registration in the land registry, the plan number, lot number, and where it's facing, plus what is the zoning for that particular freehold property. The zoning. What is zoning? The government is limiting us. Government is limiting us what we can do, what we cannot do for the particular land. That's mean, who is the really owner for the land? Government is the really owner. Who is the real owner for the owner in England? Queen is really own the land. In Canada, who own the land? Government own the land. The real owner is the government. What we have a bundle of rights to enjoy that land. Bundle of government means can be federal government, provincial government, municipal government. It can be different level of government. If you have free time, maybe you can go today. The best place to see the Highway 7. Highway 7, you can see lots of lands under the minister. Under the ministers own the land for the federal side, and the parks are coming under certain parks are coming under the provincial owned land, and most of them the rest of the government lands are under the provincial, the municipal government land. The land is owned by the government. Okay, then what we are owning? We are owning the bundle of rights. what kind of bundle of rights we are owning. That's based on the zoning. If we have a plot of land, that's a residential land, then you can build only residential house. You cannot build a commercial because the zoning is not commercial. That's mean government is limiting us. What is the rights we have? The regular freehold property, we have the bundle of rights: right to buy, right to live, right to rent, right to sell, or give as a gift to the family. That's all the rights we have. We don't have the rights to dig the ground for 20 feet and looking for something. We cannot do that one. Our rights, limited rights. That rights come from zoning. That's the way the government is controlling. The zoning is controlling our rights. That's freehold rights. But the single person can have the maximum rights for that land is a freehold rights. Freehold property. Nobody going to come to our land because it's ours. Even though government owns the land, government doesn't come. Even though government want to come and see certain things, they had to get the permission from the courts of Supreme Court of Canada, no, not Supreme Court, the Ontario courts, and they had to get the permission from the judge to come and see if they really, even the government want to come inside your land. That's the way the rights are set up. Okay. Second thing, for example, the land issue. Why we have the zoning? That's the way the government is limiting the price of the land too. For example, 20,000, 30,000 residential houses when they're building one place. What they had to do, they had to allocate certain land for the zoning for the commercial. That commercial can be strip plaza. So that commercial can be hardware store. That zoning can be commercial site. That zoning can be strip plaza. That zoning can be hardware store. Even the retail area, specific area for the restaurant. Not everything you can own the restaurant. The zoning is supposed to allow, because that's the way they're limiting based on the population. Even you can see the malls, the new buildings, only 5 or 6 restaurants only they can do it, and the few doctor's office they can do it. The churches they don't want to give, and the worship places they don't want to give, but there's too much crowded to come. There are some reason the government department, the city department, they allocate the zoning and limiting the zoning side. Then only the business can grow. For example, if they give then the medical office one area for 10 different commercial for the medical office, too many doctors come and sit there. Other area doctors may be shortage. The same time, this doctor is not going to make enough profit. Same thing like 3 hardware stores they open in one place. What will happen? All 3 hardware stores not going to have a higher profit. But in that case, they had a limit only that based on the residents, only one or 2 hardware stores is enough. That's the way they limit. That's called zoning. Okay, but at the same time, based on the zoning, based on the property type, the bundle of rights we're going to have, the freehold one is the highest bundle of rights. That's freehold one in the regular day-to-day life. What is that we do? It's a freehold property. It's a detached houses. Detached houses having the maximum rights in the regular way. Other than that one, we can see the recreational properties, farmlands, the farmland under the farming zoning. Farming zoning and rural recreational properties is a regular one we buy. If you buy the farmland, you have to do the farming, otherwise you get a penalty from the government. Based on the different type, but the zoning change from one to other, the price of the land change big time. For example, you can see our office is located in Markham and Seals Junction. In that case, I pick you an example for the Denison and Markham Road. Now is Markdale development is they are putting now. How many years they was fighting to get that one? In my knowledge, maybe around more than 5 years. That was a strip plaza. Then they applied to build for the condo. Then government doesn't give the permission, and so many things happen. And finally, after 5-6 years for the developer waiting to get the permission, now they are going to build commercial downstairs, and upper floor is going to be some commercial residential mix. Okay, they was waiting for last 5 years. Now they're going to do the zoning change from retail commercial to redevelopment. Price went up, maybe 10 times different, the land price. That's the way the zoning is. You guys know the zoning. Today's topic is not zoning. Today I want to teach you what is the difference for the forms and clauses. But at the same time, you want to understand why it's different. That's what I want you to understand. Okay. Second ownership called Condominium. Condominium means you don't own the real land, but you are having the minimum rights. For example, condominiums coming under the either townhouses can be under the condominiums, or you can see the high-rise building, the condo buildings, even high-rise building. Say, for example, take Town Center Court, 50 Town Center Court, 18th floor. There is no land; it is in the sky. But the place is standing there. But that's what government like it now, because that's the way we can accommodate more population. But at the same time, what are the rights you're going to have? The rights is limited. Because the reason your right is limited under the condominium, because you are living as a community living. You can put the garbage wherever you like. You can put the songs whenever you like. You can shut the door heavy. You can play. The kids cannot play around the corridor whenever they want. They are limited. Your rights are limited, but your own, yes. But at the same time, you cannot disturb other people's. You cannot involve other people's enjoyment. In that case, it's limited. Then the condominium owners, they are owning the condo. Yes, they have rights. They are owning the condo, but the rights are less. Rights are less rights. In between, now that's what comes sometimes offers and making offers. Some agents have a confusion about the land piece properties. Land piece property. Two agents was discussing about the land piece property last week. That's the reason I picked this topic today. When it's come to the land piece property, I'm talking only is my knowledge, because this can be recorded, but I'm talking only about my knowledge. This training only for the purpose of our own real estate agent training, for the legal side. All right. For the land piece, as for my knowledge, I started real estate 95. In late 80s and early 90s, they started first for the in between, not freehold, not condominium, in between. The first they started, in my knowledge, the gatehouse properties. That's mean the properties is because the government bring some ideas late 80s and early 90s. The kids are getting fat and they need a park. If there's the builder build some condos, townhouses or houses, they want the townhouses especially. They want the kids to go and play in the area, the park. Then who is going to maintain the park? City cannot maintain the park. City do maintain the park, but at the same time, city won't be responsible if it's a townhouse complexes. In these cases, some cases, the first gatehouse I saw it in the Kingston area. There's an old one, Kingston and all right. When you go to Kingston East, the name doesn't come right away. Okay, I'll come back for that one. All right. The gatehouse properties, the government give the permission to build. That's been small fees, $40-50 fees for to maintain the park area. That's the way they started. Later on, builders want to build the properties, but at the same time, government regulations there. When the builder apply for the permit, either townhouses or houses or anything, you can study this one when you study in the real estate courses or other courses. When the builder apply for the permit, what happened? The city take the application, and there are many departments supposed to approve to give the permission to the builder to build. For example, sewer system first. Water system, municipal water, municipal sewer, electricity board supposed to give the permission. Yes, we can serve electricity for this new 200 houses come in that area. Electricity board supposed to allow. The school board supposed to come and say yes, the kids, how many kids can come to this area, average standard. Then how we going to, where they going to build the school, and what kind of school, Catholic school and government school, and those two school boards supposed to allow to the permission. And finally is coming up to our lifesavers, the police force and fabricate department and everything. But after those one, the fabricate department is one of the thing. But they look at the minimum requirements. But at the same time, one of the part of the city garbage pickup. For example, when the garbage truck comes, we know the size of the garbage truck. If the road allowance is not enough and the road allowance is narrow, if the garbage trucks come in, what will happen? If somebody park the car, the garbage truck scratch the car, then city going to pay for the big money for the owners because the garbage truck is scratching the vehicle. In this case, what happened? They need to have some certain road allowance for the builders to give to the city. Who is the one giving the land to the city? Builders. when the builders build, what are the roads they're building it, the builders' land, they had to give it to the city in order to get the builder's permit. Okay. In this case, the wide of the road is not enough. For example, other departments might allow to do the building, but at the same time, say for example, garbage truck cannot go. Fabricate department is an easy one. They always allow minimum requirements they allow. In that case, what happened? That objection come from the city waste system side. In this case, what will happen? The permission coming under the condition upon you are doing your own garbage. Dumping garbage is going to be under the owner's side. Who are the owners are there? They are the one going to do the dumping for that. The garbage dumping is going to be there. Snow removal going to be under the owner's job. But at the same time, it's a freehold property because the freehold property category is coming there. Freehold property means, but it's compared to the other regular freehold property, the rights are going to be minimum. You are getting the bundle of rights going to be minimized, getting the less rights than the regular freehold property, 100% free and clear. Okay. In this case, what happened? The maintenance fee is going to be, there is some $80, $70 maintenance fee is going to be there. But those are the one coming in the middle as a freehold property, but at the same time, the freehold property, but at the same time, the maintenance fees is going to be there. Okay. That's the way the land fees properties are there. When you come to land fees property, again, the questions come. Where are you going to list the property, and how are you going to describe the clients, sellers and buyers, what kind? There are two ways you can argue this one. When it's come to the logical argument with the land registry office argument, I'm talking about a land registry office argument. If any maintenance fees come, that's falling under the condo. But at the same time, these properties are coming under the lot size. The registration is different. For example, condo registration, the land registry coming under the level number and the unit number kind of things. There's no survey. But this kind of properties are coming under the survey side. They get the survey. You are getting the land fees houses and land fees condos, land fees townhouses coming to the frontage, depth and everything. In that case, it's coming under the freehold property. But at the same time, when we make an offer and the listing, if we are listing under the freehold property, if you want to list, you can list under the condo too. The Toronto Real Estate Board will allow you to put under the list. But if we are putting in the freehold property, but you have to put it in how much is the monthly fees. Again, repeat, if we are listing the property is a land fees property under the freehold, just you can do that one. You can list under the freehold, just as actually classifying under the freehold. But at the same time, you have to put how much is the monthly fees, how much is the monthly fees under the client's remark, not the broker's remark. Client's remark. This is very important. You put under the client's remark, $80 monthly fees, removing the snow removals, garbage pickup, what are the items are involved. Okay, that's what you have to do it. There are some other properties also there. There's two kind of major, and land fees property came in the middle for the ownership, bypassing some of the law for bypassing some laws for the freehold side. The link properties coming under the still detached. There's no fees involved. Link properties are coming under the detached. Freehold properties coming under the detached. It's the same rights you can have. There's nobody else. There's no maintenance fees involved. And other kind of property are co-op buildings. Co-op buildings are there. Under the co-op buildings, under the co-op buildings, the ownership started not before the condominium level. The co-op building is, we talked about last class too. This is corporations. When they build a building, they, for example, around 100 units, they're building it. Once they build around 100 units, some of them are two bedrooms, some of them are three bedrooms condos, and different square foot. What they do, the whole building, they make the corporation. Once they make the corporation, they issue the chairs. For example, they issue the 400 units they are building it. They're issuing just an example, picking an example, around 1,000 chairs. They're issuing 1,000 chairs. After that one, based on the square foot, They are dividing the chairs. Some units are 1-bedroom units getting only 1.12%, and 3-bedroom getting around 4.2%. Percentage of the chairs, who own it, how many percentage of the chair for the whole building. That's the way they're building for the corporate building. They don't build it right now. They stop building right now. That's the old build. There are some old buildings are there. That's coming under the different category. That's coming in the category as a your ownership is coming, not freehold, not condominium. It's a shareholder. You become a shareholder of the particular building, and you live there, and your rights is very less than other condominium. Then before you sell, what are the shareholders agreement you have based on the shareholders agreement? What are the shareholders agreement you have? You have to follow. For example, if you want to sell it, who you want to sell it, before you listing, you have to get the permission. I'm going to list the property. Then they give you the restrictions, and maybe for example, be 2-bedroom. They may allow only 4 people to live there. They don't allow 5 people to live there because of the condominium. That particular corporation saying 2-bedroom, only for maximum 4 people. In that case, if you have 5 people who want to live there, that's going to violate the law. They can't even tell you to sell the property or move somewhere. And after you have the ownership for the co-op building, you may not going to rent out. They said the rental, okay, you had the owner supposed to live there at least reasonable years. After you live 3-4 years, you want to rent it. You have to get the permission from the board. Who you going to rent it? How do you going to rent it? You can rent it to your family members or outside. If it is outside to the real estate, they will put a condition. They will give the clauses and condition. They had to approve the tenants. They had to do the interview, and they had to approve because it's the ownership. It's a co-op building. There are restrictions are there. The major difference for the co-op building, you don't pay the property taxes. That's an advantage. The property taxes, including the maintenance fees, because you don't own the unit. You are owning only the certain shares for the particular building. In that case, again, I'm going to talk about the forms now. What are the forms and what is the difference for the forms? And I'm going to go through. There are different forms designed for that one. Recently, I seen there are buildings. They build. It's a leasehold building. For example, one of the building is when you go to Markham Road, the Markham and Texero Court, there's a church. The right side, there's a church. They was building it, and they try to market those one. That's a life lease properties. You don't own it. They are owning it. The church group owning the property, but they have some limitation. One of the building is in the Markham Road building. I've been there a few times to get the information to teach you guys and learn myself. And the person who buying it, minimum 55 years of age, and other people can live there. But at the same time, the person buy 55 or more. There's another building in Kennedy Road. The minimum 60 years of age, if you want to buy that unit, and somebody can live there, and you can transfer the lease from your life lease, but you are not owning it. In this case, what will happen? The co-op building or life lease building, getting the mortgage is not an easy one because you don't own it. If you don't own it, the power of sale, in case you don't pay the money, the power of sale process and everything going to be, it's not an easy one. It's going to be board members and everything. There are so much restriction. Then the major banks and CMA-CH doesn't want to touch it. They want to stay away from the problem. In that case, they have their own mortgages. Some church group, they have their own mortgages, and they give their own mortgages to buy those one. I'm not discouraging, guys, but that's kind of different property type. Different property types are available, and every property type, the listing process is going to be different, and offer clauses are going to be it's different for the different kind of properties. And the next one is a commercial side. When this comes to commercial side, you have to look at the commercial properties. When you go, is a freestanding commercial or condo commercial. There are two major kinds of there under the commercial. Freestanding commercial, you are your own. Your property, your standalone property, and the parking is there. You are doing your own. And the condo commercial is example like Markham and Seals. The red building, blue building, green building, and everything there. Those are the buildings are commercial, condo commercial. The maintenance fees is there. You have one people having the jewelry shop, other person having the restaurant. The time they build, they design for that the particular level. The condo commercial is going to be. There are two categories, two things we have to look at it if you're going to buy for the condo commercial to your clients. One, zoning for the particular area. What government zoning, what the municipal zoning is allowing to do the business in that area. That's not enough. For example, Markham and Steels Junction, yes, the restaurants zoning is there for the red building, for example, or green building. But at the same time, there's a condominium corporation is there. That particular unit, they build it for the restaurant only. If they build it for the restaurant and they're running as existing restaurant, then it's easier. If they build it for a different reason and you want to convert it, the condominium corporation has to allow you because this is under the condo category. And the zoning allows not only enough. We had to understand if it's a condo commercial, other tenants facilities. For example, if you want to have a grocery store, this is already there. For example, in our building, 7 Eastwell Drive building, I own 4-5 units. You guys know that. But at the same time, there's one unit was vacant in front. They want to do the grocery store. I didn't allow. I said no. The grocery, if these are the grocery stores, that's going to be too much garbages come outside, and if they start to sell the fish, that's it. But I'm saying, if you want to deal with the buyers, zoning is not enough from the municipality. If it is a condo commercial, you have to get the approval from the condo board. Keep it in your mind as a knowledge side. Okay, keep it in your mind. And many of them come and ask you. My priest asked me, I want to buy a industrial unit and convert it as a church. This is coming under the maybe that area the worship is going to be allowed. For example, it's an easy example. You can see again. Our office is Markham Road. I'm picking again close to our area, Markham and Mechanical area, 3011, 3021, 3033 Markham Road. There are 5, 6, 7 temples there, and used to be everything for only for the industrial unit, the manufacturing unit, and change it slowly. One person having a laundry, other person having some sweets, and 5, 6 temples there, and the Nilgiris restaurant they converted as a dine-in restaurant. That was a big change. The dine-in restaurant, because there's an industrial place, they converted to dine-in and takeout. Takeout is different, easy, but dine-in is a big change. What I'm trying to tell you guys, don't limit yourself. You can be changed. For example, there are certain places easy to change the zoning. If somebody asking you, they want a church, they want to run the church. In this case, what happened? Industrial units is one only option for you. That industrial unit, you have to get a city. Just can they convert it as a church? After that one, if you are industrial unit going as a church or party hall, what you have to do? City, you have to apply the city, and city will ask you the questions. For example, either temple or party hall. That's a main one. How many people is going to be there? How the parking is going to be? Do they have parking facilities? How many parking is allowed for that area? Because the church's prayer is only 12 o'clock. In that case, everybody come at 12 and everybody leave after 12. People are going to say they are only 15, 20 minutes. That time, how are you going to manage the parking? Same thing for the restaurants, party halls. Party time, everybody there. After party time, nobody is going to be there. There are so many things we have to consider, but it's possible. You can apply it, and I can give you some example for the party hall. Party halls, you can see the party halls are in the industrial area. They can get a party Monday to Friday only after 6. Most of the industrial people leave. After they leave, the traffic is not going to block for them. Then the party is going to be nighttime parties, Monday to Friday nighttime parties, or Sunday's party. In that case, the industrial area, you can apply, you can restrict yourself. You're not going to have any function up to 6 o'clock in the evening, and after 6, Monday to Friday, and the weekends. In that case, you get the permission for the parking. Again, the temple zoning. Temple zoning is a hard one. If you want to change from the industrial place to temple, you can see the temples are mostly, even the Markham Road. Take an example for the Markham Road, guys. I'm the office is Markham Road. I keep picking Markham Road today. If you take the example from Finch Avenue up to 14th Avenue, even today, as you start to count, you can see at least 20 temples. 20 temples are there. the church, mosque, and everything there. Why? The main road, Market Road, is a busy road, Market Road, but government allowing 20 temples in the Market Road, Durga Temple and Siradi Temple, and even the 31 Market Road alone, around 4-5 temples, and all the way down up you can see the mosque and church and everything. Yeah, at least you can count 20. How? Yeah, they are giving, our clients are low-end peoples. One of the example I give you, our clients are low-end peoples, and they don't have a car. They take the public transit and come to the church and come to the temple. In that case, they don't need a parking. In that the reason, sometimes the main road, busy road, they're getting the permission for the temples and the mosque and the churches. This is one of the reason. Okay, but the reason I'm telling you guys, learn more about this one yourself. In that case, if you bring your knowledge up, you can have more deals. If you have the more deals, you make millions. Okay. All right. Now the topic is, I said, why we have a different kind of forms. What are the forms we have to use it? That's what I sent it out for you guys today. Okay. Form number 100. Form number 100 for the agreement of purchase sale. Okay. For example, when is a form, you are signing this form every single day with your clients, and number one, first question, who make the forms? Toronto Real Estate Board or ORIA? That's mean local board or ORIA. One of the time local board make the forms. All the clauses is the standard clauses. Every forms you can, yeah.
Hi, I have one question, sir. Sorry for the disturbing.
No, it's not disturbing. Your questions are good, Subin. Go ahead.
No, it's regarding the zoning. Like, actually, I bought it for my client or myself, like one of the property. It was zoning like residential 301. Then the land is actually zoning for commercial C3. But when it comes to the mortgage, the bank was saying like it's a 301. It will approve under the residential category. Then later on, after they investigate everything, they come to know like that. I don't want to give the mortgage because it's like commercial zoning. Actually, when you the property was there like with a detached house, it was rendered like commercial before, but it's still under the 301 like residential property. Then later on, I have some issue with the mortgage. Then I come with the commercial mortgage later on. But they actually what they are looking for, the landing zoning or like the house is already zoning like 301. Then which one they are looking, or what we have to look at first?
Okay, Suban, it's a very, very good question at this time. The topic we are discussing, your question is a very valid question. Yes, this what happened, Suban. Before I come to your question, I will explain to everybody. Take a Danforth Road as an example. When you take a Danforth Road as an example, there are houses are there, but at the same time, what you're seeing, it's Soren apartments are there. When there are the Soren, when it comes to store an apartment, that's as a mixed usage, commercial and residential zoning. The main area is commercial, and the upper part is a residential area. Then you can argue both sides which area you want to go, under the commercial side or residential side. In this case, for example, Soren apartment, we mostly applied for the residential mortgages with some restrictions and a little bit bigger down payment. You can get the residential mortgage for the Soren apartment, but some banks give, some banks reject. Answer your question, Suben. That the particular property was used as a commercial purpose, because even though the house doesn't matter, you can say Kennedy Road as an example. The good example, you can take Kennedy Road. You can see some lawyer's office in the Kennedy Road, some dentist office in the Kennedy Road. Those one, this is a commercial side, residential side. Before 1980, again, I'm talking only for our office training purpose, guys. Before 1980, if somebody started use after 81, as from my knowledge, 81 they did so many zoning changes. They did 81, and before 1981, if somebody was using it as a dental office, lawyer's office, doctor's office, or even commercial side, they continually use, even though zoning change, that's coming on the non-conforming status. Non-conforming status, they can use it continuously. Okay, that's the way the law works. Even some places you can see in Clarendon area, they have a house and they have a workshop in the front. Both are legally in one land, one owner on the land. There's a 2 lots. Everything was built before the zoning change. Okay, in your question, if I answer it well, that's a mixed usage. The mixed usage one depends on the banks. Depends on the bank. Some banks easily go, and if they wanted to reject, they can go. Then ask you to go for the commercial side. There's no straightforward answer for this question. Maybe Kanna is here. I can ask him. He can help you out. Kanna, the question is here. Say for example, mixed usage property. Soran apartment, and he didn't say mixed usage. He said he bought it as a residential site and the usage as a commercial, and he applied for the commercial. Is worked. What is the answer for this one?
Usually, when banks see mixed use properties,
You want it here, or you want to come here?
oh, you know, I want to hear it. Actually, you can come.
Yeah. I'm heading help from Kanna because he have a mortgage experience, and I'll give my answer at the same time we get the experts' answers.
Yeah, thank you. I will explain again because it was used like I think the grandfather used like a residential. They built a house there, like in commercial land. But I think it's 1964 something. There's a rule saying before the house it was built like residential, they can still use like residential. That's a category I asked the sales agent. Then they said still they can use like residential property. Then I bought it. Then I have problem with then I bought it like a residential. Still now it's rented for the residential too. But the bank reject because I was telling them, okay, it was used like residential property. It's come under 301. Even the impact is saying 301. Everything's running. Only the zoning land is saying C3. That's the issue I have. Then they conflict and they say, lastly, I don't want to give on this land. That's the problem.
Thanks, man. We understand clearly. This is a non-conforming law. Non-conforming law is under non-conforming law before the zoning come. Toronto changes 81. They did many changes, but the last changes, major changes, they did 81. Doesn't matter which year is there. Okay, I'll leave it to Kanna for the mortgage side, but it's a non-conforming one. Is that particular owner? There are some municipalities, if they sell the land from one owner to other owner, they're losing the non-conforming status. It's going back to the present category. But luckily, your side, you don't have that issue now. You're still having the same zoning side. Okay, Kanna, you can explain the mortgage side.
Yeah, just small information here. Whenever a bank looks at a mixed-use property, let's just say there's a retail space and then there's residential properties on top. Majority of the banks, while I was working at CIBC for 4.5 years, majority of the banks always look at that as commercial. They look at it as commercial and they say, hey, we're not going to be providing a residential mortgage on it. It's quite common for a majority of the banks to do that. There are some lenders on the B side that will still give a residential mortgage on that property, even though it's a minor commercial component. There's also units where they have in-law suites, and then they rent out the in-law suites to certain.
Nowadays, live and work.
Exactly.
So live and rent. In Meadow area.
Exactly. So there's always the small component where there's a commercial side to a townhouse. In downtown, we see this a lot. There's a massive development. Let's just say Concord in the Bremner area, and there's townhouses that also have a small little commercial section right to it. And it does get a little tricky when you do the mortgages. Majority of the banks are always going to say no to that. But one of the things, the majority of the reasons why banks come to find out if there's a commercial component, even though in your situation, one of the main reasons why the bank probably found out, even though the mortgage agent and yourself did not, expose to the bank that, this does have a commercial or pass to it. When the appraiser goes inside the property, they will do extensive research on the land and all of the information on it. And they will put on their report that, this has a commercial aspect to it, or it'll tell the bank, hey, look into this property because it's not fully residential. And then from there, the banks will be like, okay, you know what, we need to look into the file. So yes, it's a yes or no answer. Depending on the lenders, if you're lucky enough, you might get away with it. Majority of the times you won't.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's a good question. You bring it at the good moment. Guys, the questions are really good. Then only we can expand our knowledge in a different category.
I had a bad experience. That's why, because that's a problem I faced.
even though the experience, whatever you went through bad, you learn, and the price definitely doubled now. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. The same line, I can tell you discuss one thing is all the my scheduled training. One of the salesperson sent me the listing, and near to York University area, and the house was a 4-bedroom house. Now they made it as 10 rooms plus 11 rooms plus 10 washrooms in the particular house. And the previous listing, I was checking it. Then I clearly told her this is a roomy house. When it's a regular category roomy house, it's a legal rental house or not. Don't ask, don't tell me. There's a word the city always. We don't ask, you don't tell me. We don't ask, you don't tell me. That category they are let it go because they want to manage the what do you call the tenancy, the population. They need more space, but at the same time not legal. I called one of the appraisal company and find out, but they said if until any issues come, until any fire or any issues come, complaints come, city doesn't want to come and kick them out. The students are living there, but at the same time, when you go for a mortgage industry, that's going under the residential, not the residential mortgage, that's going under the roomy house. They need at least 40% down payment. 40% down payment, 40% minimum they need for roomy house, right? Yes, yeah, they need 40% down payment to get the mortgages, guys. Double check anything carefully. Then another deal I was looking at it for this week. The expansion of the highway, not highway expansion. No, the noise. Sorry, that area closer to the highway. When it's closer to the highway, the real estate salesperson putting the clause saying that one buyer understand, and if they come outside, they can hear the highway noises, and he understand and he disclosing no further lawsuit in the future because he is buying with the disclosure. There are a few things like that. This come out. Come out and ask me questions. Then we can expand our knowledge. All right, now I am going with the offer forms. When it comes to the offer forms, guys, the basic one we talk about who make the offer forms. One of the time offer forms made by the local real estate board. If the local real estate board, when they make the offer forms, every real estate board, you are going from Toronto real estate board to Hamilton or London, Ontario or Kitchener, the forms are different. The terms are different. They had to cross it out and put it back again. Their own words. There has been the pre-printed clauses they need to change. Then finally, Oriya did a good job. Oriya took over the forms all in Ontario, everywhere in Ontario. They said, I'm going to make the forms. You guys can put your which board you are in belongs to, you put the side, but the standard clauses are going to be same. Any other clauses you want to put, you can put it in. In that case, when you explain to someone, you can say like the forms, the standard clauses. Some people ask you to read the standard clauses. You don't need to see the standard clauses. Let them go and read. They want the standard clauses made by Oriya for the protection of the public interest, sellers and the buyers' interest. Okay, the form number 100. For the use in province of Ontario, all Ontario we are using for the freehold property for the 100. This particular form, the HST and everything, there's no issue. The reason I said HST, there are certain reasons we are using different forms. Under the different forms, they mark especially for the freehold property and the condominium property, we are saying HSC. HSC is including the purchase price. If HSC applicable is including the purchase price, that's mean purchaser doesn't need to pay. But is it commercial? Not like that. You have to exclude. But at the same time, when it's come to power of sale properties, the bank exclude the HST clause. It's saying that if HST applicable, you have to pay your own. Same thing like a Subain issue. So Subain said the non-confirming side is a residential and the commercial side come. Any HST applicable, bank doesn't want to take a chance when they sell it because bank doesn't own the property. Bank only getting the power to sell the property. In that case, bank might say HST clause, even though you use the form 100. The forms are different, but at the same time, but the major difference for the forms, they make it easy for us. Nothing else, guys. Nothing else. But the clauses are important. What are the clauses? We had to use it for the each and every form. So I'm going to go through some forms as an example. The form 100 for the residential form, and form 101 that's we usually use for the condos. Again, when it's come to condominium, the maintenance fees is involved. Maintenance fees involved. There is no plan number, no lot number. But we're going to put, no plan number and lot number. At the same time, we have to put a level and the unit number. That's what we're going to put it in. Yeah, we have the space and everything is here. And how much is the maintenance fees? The maintenance fees, what are the items including and excluding for the maintenance fees? That we have to put it in the agreement of purchase sale. Whatever is in the listing, doesn't matter. Whatever you're putting in the purchase sale agreement, that's the one is important. Okay. The form 101. Form 101 we use for the condominium resale, not the new one. Condominium resale. And another form is here. Form 102. Form 102. We're using for the corporate building resale. As I talk about the corporate building first, I told you guys there are some buildings are corporations. You don't own the property. You are owning the shares. Those kind of properties. If we are making an offer, yes, you have to use 102. The form is a corporate building resale agreement. In this agreement, you can see how many shares and we get it from the listing agent for those details. Okay, that's form 102. And another one is form 110. We don't use much, guys. For example, there are properties. There are properties is a mobile homes. The mobile homes are there. Mobile homes. You see the mobile homes. In the mobile homes, there is parked the manufactured home on the lease premises. That means they make the mobile homes and they leave it there in one of the leased land, and you have to pay for the lease. And that's those kind of properties. Those are coming under the 110. If you come across those one, you may end up using that one. But the reason I'm telling you, there are different category of the properties. We have the different forms. I didn't print out. I didn't get the chance to print out. I didn't find the forms number today. The property on the water, because I was dealing with one of the property. This is located in the Brimley area. Brimley, the Gulf area, Brimley Road South. And the property, they built it in the water. And there are not too many. At that time I was doing my research. I had 31 properties in the water. Those days, the government allowed to build. And those properties are on the water, so floating properties. This is called floating properties. Today, I didn't find the form number to print you guys. The reason I'm explaining you, no mortgage for those properties. Floating properties, there's no mortgages. Again, the different kind of properties. And other one is here, we have, this is the one I really want to tell you guys. The form 111, agreement of purchase and sale, common element condominiums. The POTL, this is for the land fees properties, but you don't have to make this for the land fees properties. In case you are making for example, again, I go from the beginning. If we have a land fees townhouse, example, I can pick it in Markham and Edison area or anywhere else, $80 land fees is there. You are making the offer under the freehold property. Under the freehold forms. If you are making the freehold form, what is the important part? $80 maintenance fees is there. In that case, what do you need? Status certificate you need. Okay, you need status certificate. I know everything is going multiple offers. Don't go without any status certificate condition, then you don't get the mortgage. Okay, unless otherwise you buy for cash. And if you are going for the mortgage purpose, land fees townhouses, the bank requirement is the status certificate you have to provide. Then make sure. If you are making the land fees property under the freehold form, you have to put the status certificate clause. You don't need to make a status certificate condition. There are two different things. Status certificate can be a condition, and conditional upon. If you multiple offer, you are going there. You don't need to make a status certificate condition. Make a certificate as a clause. In that case, you get the status certificate and give it to the bankers. You need the status certificate. That's the part I like to mention to you. And if you're making the form 111, 100 doesn't matter. But if the agent asks you, is the land fees property, why you are bringing the form number 100? In that case, don't fight. But you need the deal. Not everybody need to make it for the POTL form, but that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do for the POLT form 111. In the listing agent request for the form, please make other one, okay? Or else tell the office to make straight away POTL form. It's up to you guys and what you're going to do. But when you are listing it again, I told you about that one. And another form is here. Form number 115, use of provision for purchase sale agreement, co-ownership building for resale. The co-ownership building for resale, that's what I said, some properties coming under the different category properties is available. If the listing agent requests you guys, talk to the office staff is well-trained office staff. They know the different category of forms, they can make it for you. And other one is an assignment. I did many time assignment. Many agents, you are here now, early morning Saturdays, you guys are here and studying, guys. I really appreciate whoever is in the training, but what I get a call sometime, even honestly, guys, don't get me wrong, don't get me, I'm frustrated or anything. No, I get a call, I did assignment many times. I get a call one day, Saturday at 7 o'clock, and one of the agents said, this is my first assignment. Can you explain me briefly? I said, no, because briefly giving the assignment, it takes me 2 hours at least. Assignment is important. Somebody bought a property and you assign to another person. There are a lot of things we have to look at it. 3 lawyers involved, money transfer is involved. When you're going to close the transaction and closing the transaction, HSC rebate. Assignment is there no HSC rebate if you don't do the assignment properly. In that case, you just follow the training. And I cannot tell you briefly for the assignment. Call me next day morning. Then he called me. I can explain to him in 10 minutes. Guys, please bring your knowledge up. If somebody asks you, don't jump in. Come to the training and ask. You guys are here, then I don't need to say come to the training. You guys are the training today. Assignment deals with one of the other side. I'm going to follow maybe next class. No, but I'm going to do one time. We're going to start again for the classroom, guys. I know you are staying home and listening the Zoom. That's good. And we're not going to stop. Kannan already spend the money and get the maximum 250 people to accommodate for the Zoom meetings. We already paid. We are not getting the free Zoom. We're paying Zoom and we have the equipments and everything. We're not going to stop. But at the same time, I want you guys to come to the training. I want you to come to the training and sit down and learn and ask questions and everything. We leave it another 1 month, another 1 more month because the COVID-19 new variants and stuff. After that, we could start. Then I can bring some the trainers here and make you guys come out and do some changes. Okay. Anyway, assignment is important. Assignment important. If you maybe I can do the assignment again the next week or week after, and another following weeks. Please, guys, learn before you get in something. Assignment is one of the things you have to be very careful, because after your assignment, if you don't, they had to have enough money to do the assignment when they come. Okay, assignment is a forms there. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Assignment forms are there. Form 145 and come with this schedule. Assignment. When you do the assignment, one agent asked me the question. Assignment. We don't have any closing date. Yes, we don't have any special closing date for the assignment. The form doesn't make the closing date either, because we don't know when you're going to close a transaction. For example, one buyer buying it, you get assigned the other buyer. 2 kind of assignment, guys. The original buyer is there. Other one going to take over the property. In that case, what's happening? Okay, you are giving the deposit. They bought it for 500,000. Now you're selling for 600,000, and the deposit already there. They had to give the deposit for this. The builder's deposit is there. The person who is making the assignment of agreement, and what they're going to do, the assigner and assignee. Then the assignee give the deposit. Assignee give the deposit to the assigner. Okay. Then what's happening now? They had to take it to the builder. The lawyer going to hold the money in trust account and undertaking the money, and you have to take it to the builder, and builder had to give the agreement of purchase, assignment of agreement. Who has to give? Builder has to give the assignment of agreement. After builder gives the assignment of agreement, we had to officially the money change. Before the builder give the assignment of agreement, what we had to do, we had to give the full money, settlement money. Lawyer has to give the settlement money in the trust account. In this case, there is no closing date. And after builder give the assignment of agreement, builder, both lawyers is the transfer the fund and close the transaction and pay the commission. That's one kind. Other kind, you don't have enough money to pay. For example, 500,000 you're buying it. You're selling it for 600,000. The poor buyer who buying for 600,000, they're paying extra $100,000 to buy this property, but he doesn't have to pay 100,000 right away. And when it's come to the mortgage going to be 500,000 based on, and plus 20% down payment. he don't have enough fund. In that case, what's going to happen? The closing is going to be the original closing date from the builder and the original agreement. That's the reason closing date is not there. The day of the closing, all three lawyers are transferring the money and closing the transaction. And sometimes they may go with the assignment of agreement and get the better mortgage with the different companies. But the issue, the CRA issue is there. The CRA, the watchdogs are there. What happened? The buyer who doesn't have an assignment of agreement from the builder, he taking over, that's coming, not a new buyer. He's not buying the brand new property. He is buying the resale property under the CRA category. Even the land registry, GOA house, you don't see. You see the name from the builder to the new owner's name and everything. But the CRA side, without the assignment of agreement, they said this is not a brand new. The motivation to live there. You don't book the house from the builder to buy the brand new property. There are no HSC rebate. You had to pay for the HSC, 24,000. The rebate is not there, even though you live there or rent there. Okay, there are a lot of things for the assignment side. Guys, I can go back again. The person who buy the original person who buy it, he's going to pay for the tax to the government. Okay, we'll talk about those ones. I have some tax question also. Somebody sent it to me. We can talk about that one again. Guys, assignment is a form 145. If you don't know, just ask the office, send the form. You want to make your own and read it. How to fill out the forms and everything. Learn. Your knowledge is someone going to give you power. The knowledge is someone going to give you money. Okay. The next one is a commercial. The commercials sounds big, but it's so easy. That's one form. There's only 500. Either you buy retail, industrial, office building, temple, doesn't matter. Worship places, doesn't matter. Just one form, 500. The major difference between this form and the residential form, HST. HST is excluded, purchase price. In addition, the buyer is responsible to pay his own HST. How are you going to pay? He has to go and meet the right accountant to skip the HST. Don't worry. There are a lot of ways to do, lots of ways to do the waiver for the HST. But at the same time, there's HST in addition is there. Somebody buying for the $1 million property, 130,000 HST. Don't scare them. Tell them to discuss with the accountant. They don't need to pay the HST. In many cases, I don't want to. This is a public meeting I'm talking about. Tell them to talk to their own accountant, and there's some waivers they can make it and not to pay the HST. They can skip it. There are many ways. Okay. Then other one is a form form 502 business sale of business without property. Sale of business without property used to be sale of business without property coming into the Bulk Sale Act. The Bulk Sale Act is not there anymore. But at the same time, the sale of business property is form number 502. Business lease promises. What are the clauses you're going to put? That's you have to tell the office what are the clauses you need based on the commercial, industrial, environmental side, business for sale, what are the chattels, what are the fixtures, what are the items you're going to get. So many items are there. This is the basically I said today. I want to give you here some idea. Again, I wrap it up whatever I said, and I have some questions to ask, to discuss until 11 o'clock. We have questions. Today we discussed who will come and join late. We discussed today. We saw the market updates from the Toronto Real Estate Board. Every one of you have the market updates. Go there and listen market updates. Get the knowledge for the market updates. Second one, we discuss about the property types and the ownership type. Freehold ownership, condominium ownership, in between land piece houses, and who own the land and what are the rights you have. Based on the rights, what you can do in Ontario to do the land. We talk about that one today. And different class of properties, different forms. Please learn more and bring your knowledge up. Read more about the different kind of properties. In that case, you can make it more. Okay, I have some questions.
Also, I just want to show everyone.
Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'm just going to share the screen and show everyone where you can find all of the forms through Aurea. Everyone has access to it. It's fairly easy to get a hold of this. Let me just pull it up for you.
I was thinking to discuss this question. I think you are mute, Kanna.
No, we're still here.
Okay, you go ahead. Okay.
Perfect. I'm just going to share the screen with everyone. There you are. Hopefully everyone can see that there. Quickly log in. Very simple way to get access to all of the forms. Not only do you have access to the forms, but you also have access to what the forms are. There's video explanations. There is cited documents which actually explain what each section of the form is. So once you go into ORIA, everyone has access to ORIA. Once you go into there, just look under member services, come over to the standard forms and clauses. And remember, all of the forms created by ORIA, which we abide by, is all here. If you take a look, you can just scroll down from forms 100 series, 200, 300, 400, all the way up to all the forms, you have all access to them. So if you just go under the series of 100, which we normally use, 45 forms are right here. On this website, you'll see over 200 forms. So there's really no excuses to not know what a form is, especially if you see a new form that you don't know, when a property is listed by the other brokerage and, there's a new form that you don't understand. Before you give a call to anyone, I would just recommend going to ORIA and actually researching this up yourself. And the best part is, if you look at all the forms, there's an explained section as well. And if you click there, it tells you a reasonable explanation of what that form means and all of that part. And, some of the forms has a tutorial part. So I'll just click on one of them. Let's go back to the simple one here, tutorial part 1. And what shows up is actually a video giving you a thorough explanation of the entire form. How to sign it, why it's important to
acceptance.
Take a look.
Negotiating and achieving successful agreements of purchase
offer and to the transaction.
A very thorough explanation of what the forms are, very simple to use. We all have access to it, and any form that you want, or if you're unclear about, before giving anyone a call and asking a question, you can simply do the research here. Even the form that Salvan was speaking about today, the POTL for common elements, there's even an explained section. If you click there, it gives you an explanation of exactly what the form is. And it gives you an understanding of what the client is actually signing, which is very, very helpful. I really recommend everyone to take a few minutes and actually research that up. Other than that, back to Salvana.
Honestly, Hannah, I want to explain this one. Somehow the mind works. You did this one without asking. I have the question. So agent asked me, I have the question here, guys. I'm not making up stories. After office hours, how can I make the offer? I have it written down. One agent called me and asked me around, I think last week, Saturday or Sunday, after 6:30, 7 o'clock, I want to make an offer. I said, go to the offer form, I'll edit the last one. And please, we have a time. Please go through and do it. And I can tell the office, time to time the office will send you all the clauses. What you do, learn the videos, whatever the can't show you today, learn the video, and I'll tell the office to do it in the every 15 at the first. I'll tell the office to do tomorrow Sunday. I can tell Monday to send the forms, guys, commercial, residential, and condos, all three, and with all the clauses, and save the clauses in the Word format. And you can cut and paste and put it in, or else you can create your own, the forms. You can create your own and you can keep all the clauses there. In that case, easy to do it. You don't need to worry. It's very easy now. Everything in the computer base is very, very easy now. Not like back those days. There's a simple link. You can fill it out. Simple leave, you can fill it out, the addresses, and just make it as a PDF and send it out with the DocuSign and send it out. After you guys start to come to the training center, maybe we can arrange one day to complete set and include the DocuSign. I can do it in after month. Still, the people doesn't want to come to the office because of the pandemic side. All right, I have some questions here. If you have a question, please come out and ask. Those are important. These questions I got it from the regular questions. Agents call me and ask me. Those are the questions are here. Okay, one we already discussed the corporate building mortgages. That's already we discussed. The transferring title from my name to personal name, transferring the title from the personal name to corporations. They're asking me, how do I transfer the title from the personal name to corporation? Okay, in Ontario Corp or else Canada Corp, Canada White, Ontario Corp is better. In Ontario, corporation are separate entity. If you want to transfer your house from your name to the corporate name, what you have to do, you have to reach the corporation. The reach of the corporation can be maybe Nixon Smith doing it, Nixon Family Homes or whatever they want to do. He can reach the corporation under the name corporation or number corporation, doesn't matter. How many people is going to be under the corporate owners? How many shareholders you had created at the same time? How many shareholders going to be? Husband, wife, and the kids, are everybody going to be the other shareholders? That's fine, you can do. That's not a family trust, it's a regular corporation. After that, what you have to do? You have to transfer it from your name to the corporation. But there are a few things you have to consider. One, the name, if the house under your name and your wife's name or your name, the corporation is the same owners. There is the same owners. There is no other extra capital gain tax there. But the land transfer tax is always there. Even though you're transferring to your own name, to own corporate, you are the only owner. I transfer from my own name to corporation name or corporate name to my own name. The land transfer tax is there. But the capital gain tax, what are the price you buy and what are the price you transferring? But if you are transferring to your own name to the corporation, what do you have to do? You have to get the permission from the lender. And if your own name, you have even your wife is the owner, so you are the only owner, and you're going to put it under your kid's name too, then the lender, if you have a mortgage, the lender has to approve to transferring from one person, your personal name to the corporate name. That's a condition is important. Lawyers will ask you. That's under the corporation. And I think the same guy asked me other question. If I use the money, I'm selling the house. If I'm using the money under my name, personal name, I'm selling the house and I'm using the same money. What are the gain come? I bought it for 300. I'm selling for 1 million now. That's 700,000. I'm using the money to buy other property. Do I need to pay for the capital gain? Yes, it's a different transaction. You have to pay for the tax. And the same the person asked, if it is a corporation, that's the question he wanted to ask me. If it the property under the corporation, I sell the property and buy other property. Do I have any exemption? There's no exception. Either personal side or corporation side, you sell the property, that particular property treating as a different class. What are the price you buy? What are the price you sell? That's the capital gain you have to pay. 50%, still personal and corporation are 50%. But there are corporations, there are some minor exceptions there under the small business claim, small corporation, the first corporation. But I don't want to touch that one. That's really confusing you guys. But at the same time, either personal name or corporate name, you sell the property and buy other property, still you have to pay for the capital gain taxes. There's no exception. And there's another question. Okay, what I need to verify if the property backing on the highway, because one of the salesperson, he was dealing with the client with closer to the highway side. But I had to say that better to do the disclosure, with the person who buying, because he knowingly doing it. There are some cases came out for the not only the highway side, not the highway side from the roadside. Oshawa, I seen some issues came out. The Stevenson Road, I believe, our office client bought it, and the road expansion is there. When the road expansion comes, they need to expand the road. In that case, you are losing the front yard 5-6 feet. for that particular area, nothing you can do. You have to give the government. They will pay for the minimum amount. You can't say no. The main road properties, that's the main road properties advantages. One day you can convert it as a commercial, or you can convert it as anything else. But at the same time, when the road expansion come, you have to pay, you have to give. But nothing you can do. But at the same time, if you are dealing with highway properties, the highway properties are same. For example, if the tractor trailer carrying the nitrogen gas and they made an accident, they evacuate all over the area. In that case, the agent can come and sue you. There's nothing you can do, but get the disclosure. That's what I would say. They're knowingly buying the property back on the highway or closer to the highway, then you can be safe. But if you don't have any question, that's all I have it today. I have another 10 minutes time. If anybody want to ask any questions, please come out and ask. We have time to discuss. Okay, guys, if you don't have any other questions, that's it for today. We can meet next Saturday. But if you want to have any
Silvana, I have one question, Silvana.
Go ahead,
This is
Mahesh.
Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh. Yes.
In a question in the P parcel of PL,
Yeah.
POTL and fee regula.
Yeah.
That fee. I have a client. The two owners. They are confused. The fee is they paying $100, $125.25.
Yeah.
But one of them, the neighbor house listed $89 for that fee, the previous listing. But
Previous listing, not today listing.
no, there is a last month listing was $89, and other neighbor also listed $89. But when I asked them, they say the maintenance company, they withdraw $100 every month from their bank account. So
yeah, you are telling me, Mahesh, 3 different numbers now.
No, $89 one number and the $100 one number. The previous listing, the neighbor house, everything they listed $89.
Yeah.
When I asked them, my client, they said they are paying $100 from. They are withdrawing $100 from their bank.
Yeah, what happened, Mahesh? You are perfectly right. What happened? The agent, when they list the property, one agent when they list the property, they didn't check it with the management company. But they talked to the clients and they took it for granted, and they put $89 for the last year fees. And the current agent, he's a more qualified person or more careful person. He verified the management company, and today's fees is $100. That's what happened.
Okay.
I can't. There's a good topic. So very good question. I'm happy.
My question is because it's one of the seller. He said there is a tax involved. That's why the 89 plus tax is $100 come out maybe. But my knowledge is there is no tax involved, right? That's I want to make sure with you.
Maintenance fees is HST applicable. Maybe. Oh, that's amazing. You are coming to the other level now. Just $89. $89 is fees plus the HST $12. $100, $101. Mahesh, is an amazing answer, man. That's coming under the maintenance fees, but the agent who listed previously, he doesn't want to put HST. HST is a standard for everybody, and he skipped the HST, and another agent put it including HST. Well, this is nice. This is nice, but both are right.
So, because when we put the $100, there is people going to be, this house is maintained with $100. They're going to be buyer going to be thinking about like that. Mahesh. So when we put 89, then this less maintenance fee.
Mahesh, it's a different level of question. You did a good research, man. I'm glad for really good work you did. But okay, both are same. But usually put it $100 is marketing side, maybe less. But at the same time, don't get in trouble with maintenance fees, including HSC is always safer side. There is no conflict afterwards.
So when we listing, better put $100.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Including HSC. Including HSC is safer side is a confusion come later on. But logically, this is amazing. Actually, they put it 89 plus HSC. HSC. I am not responsible for HSC. You pay your government HSC. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's really good. Really
Thank
good.
you.
Really good. Okay, guys, please come with the questions and ask. Discuss. This is good for everyone. Okay, if you guys want to discuss any special topics, please send the message to me. Then we can discuss. Okay. Thank you so much. That's all for today. Have a good weekend and enjoy the weather. Thank you.